Hey guys, welcome to Lindsay's Lounge. My name is Lindsay. Tonight, gonna have a short, kind of awkward video probably. My little cat Pearl, who you guys have maybe seen in the videos, was at the veterinarian's office twice today, and $300 later, we still don't know what's wrong with her. So I would appreciate any good thoughts that you guys have. Hopefully she'll be okay tomorrow. We've got her on some medications, but at this point I'm kind of thinking that we're gonna have to make another trip tomorrow. But we are here to talk about American Idol, so that's what we're going to do. Top 8 girls sang tonight on the show. There was no intro packages tonight. It was just kind of boom, boom, boom to get everybody in that 1 hour because they decided to show Glee right on after American Idol, which is totally okay. I love that show. Katie Stevens opened the show tonight. She sang Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. The third Kelly Clarkson song we've heard in the first 3 weeks of the show this year. I'm okay with it if you do it right. Her video or her song was very lethargic tonight, I thought. It just didn't there was no life on the stage. It was very blah. And she was a little off key, which was strange for her because I think for her other 2 performances she's had, she's been very on. It was really lazy. There was no personality. It was just kind of, ugh. So she could be in trouble tonight, especially going first. Definitely not a memorable spot in general on this show. America seems to have a very short attention span when it comes to these performances. Siobhan Magnus was second tonight. She sang House of the Rising Sun. I want to say it was by the Animals. Not entirely sure, but I think that's who they said it was by. I'm just not a huge fan of her, but I can't deny that she has an incredible voice. There was not a single note that was off in her performance tonight. It was very subdued, rather held back, but in general, I thought she did an excellent job. And the a cappella part at the beginning really, really impressed me, and it brought me back to season 4 when Bo Beist did his little a cappella thing, so I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, who is next? Let's see. Oh, Lacey Brown was up next. And what I realized when I was watching her song, she sang The Story by Belinda Carlisle. She doesn't have a horrible voice, but I don't think she has the voice for a solo singer. As soon as she's off American Idol, I think she really needs to go find a band to be able to make it in this industry. And, if they come up with some cool, more indie stuff, I think then she'll be able to, find a niche market and, be successful that way. But as a solo artist, I don't really see her going very far. But like I said, she sang the song called The Story. It was okay, better than her first performance, Landslide, by far, but I still think I liked her second performance last week of So Kiss Me a little bit better than this. But her vocals were decent tonight. Again, definitely not solo artist material. Will do much better with a band. Caitlin Epperly, one of my favorites from last week, was next. She sang I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet. She sang with a keyboard, and that seems to be her comfort zone, her niche that she's going to try and work towards. I thought it was weird that she was standing with a keyboard, and the keyboard just seemed way too short for her, so it was kind of uncomfortable watching her kind of strain her arms to try and reach the keyboard. So that was weird. Her vocals were okay this week, nowhere near as good as she was last week on that Coldplay song. So I don't know, because it was, this really is the critical week to get onto the big stage for next week. She definitely could be in trouble, so we will see. And I don't know, the timing was weird on her performance, and it was just kind of forced feeling, and it was just all kind of off for me. Last week was 1,000 times better. I really, really liked that performance of hers from last week. Alright, then we had Didi Banami, and everyone's kind of poking jokes at her, and no one's really expecting much from her. But she did amazing tonight. She sang Fleetwood Mac, and they didn't say what song she was going to sing. They just said, oh, up next, Didi Banami is singing Fleetwood Mac. I was like, oh no, we're going to have another landslide situation on our hands like we did with Lacey on week 1. She didn't sing that song, fortunately, but she sang a song called Rhiannon. I love that song. It's so great. And this was a true Idol moment for her tonight. I was so impressed. There was one off key or off note throughout the performance, but I can overlook it because I really kind of loved the whole thing in general. The only thing that I wouldn't have done was had the backup singers that came in on the chorus. I would have liked to have seen her sing the entire thing by herself. But definitely, by far, her best performance so far and my favorite performance of the night. Then we had Paige Miles, who sang the Charlie Chaplin classic called Smile. Thousands of people have redone this song, including Michael Jackson, as she talked about. When she first walked on that stage, she looked absolutely terrified. Like, I don't even know how to describe her facial expressions because it was just bizarre. And the version was pretty much very true to the original version of the song that we all know. Glee, Lea Michele sang... I don't know if it's maybe a more slowed down version, definitely a little bit more contemporary. This past season on Glee. So if she maybe would have rearranged the song like in that way, then it would have worked a little bit better. But she really just kind of sounded like she was crying through the whole thing. And yes, on American Idol, you want to pick songs that you feel emotionally connected to. You want to pick songs that fit with your voice, that you're emotionally connected to. And then when you do that, and it all works, you're going to have a moment. You don't want to pick songs that you're too emotionally connected to as to where you're going to look like you are crying in the middle of your performance. That just kind of throws the whole thing off. So, yeah, it just was an utter mess, to quote Simon Cowell, because it just did not work. She was too connected to this song because of Michael Jackson, apparently. I've not heard his version of the song. Maybe it was like the first Michael Jackson song she ever heard or something. You know, I'm sure there's a little bit of a story behind it or something. But you gotta remove yourself enough as to where you're gonna be able to perform that song without, completely breaking down right on stage. So it just did not work for her tonight, unfortunately. And I will be very, very surprised if she makes it to the top 12. I don't think there's really any chance in hell that she'll make it past the eliminations on Thursday. Crystal Bowersox was up next, and she sang one of my favorite songs, Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman. Someone sang it last year. Kristen McNamara sang it last year, that's right. And pretty much all I wrote was, wow, I loved it. No, I just thought this was a great song choice for her. She brought a little bit of Crystal spice to it, but not too much as to where we couldn't recognize it. Todrick. But no, I just thought it was an excellent performance. Not my favorite of the night. I'm definitely giving that to Dee Dee, but definitely my second favorite. And Crystal, as I said last week, Simon actually said that it was her competition to lose. So, Simon, are you watching me here on YouTube? No, I'm just kidding. I doubt he even knows that people do this. Alright, so closing out the show was Lily Scott, and she sang I Fall to Pieces by Patsy Cline. I noticed when she walked on stage that, I don't know, a little look at her face and her eyes looked like she was thinking that she's better than everybody else because she got the pimp spot. So I hope she's not getting too cocky for her own good, and I hope she remains grounded throughout the competition, because if she does that, then she's definitely going to go far, because her vocals were very good tonight. Not as good as she did on the Sam Cooke song last week, I don't think, but for sure good enough to get her through to the next round. So, there you go. There is the top 8 girls. My favorite, like I said, was Dee Dee and then Crystal, and my least favorite, for sure, Paige. So Paige will definitely be going home, and then I think it's really a toss-up between anybody except for Crystal, Lily, and Dee Dee this week. So I think those 3 are definitely guaranteed to be in the top 12. But other than that, I think Paige and any of the other people. So yeah, and thank you guys all for subscribing. I've gotten quite a few new subscribers this week. If you would care to subscribe, you can do so right over there. But yeah, thank you all so much, and hopefully we have good news about Pearl tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night for the top 8 guys. Bye.